Hi, hello, and welcome. Welcome. Hey, Colin. See you in the chat already. Thanks for coming by. Today I am playing my first in-person show in like a year and a half, 2 years. So that will either be fun or terrifying. We'll see which. I won't know until I'm there playing the notes and setting up. But I thought I should practice with hardware today. And what better way to hold myself accountable than posting a video this morning and doing a live stream where I talk about what I like to do when I practice for a hardware synth show. So I really liked a lot of what I was playing there in the stream starting soon screen. That was improvised, and I actually made a mistake with the like sort of tape loop function on the Strymon Volante in there, and the mistake led to something that was that I was able to work with, and I ran with it, and I like the way it sounds. I might try to do something like that tonight at the show. Hey, Blood Freak, what's up and welcome. Oh God! So I went to a concert last night. Also, I went to a live music thing just to see what live music was like, and it was very. You know what? I just had this idea. I think I want to have music on in the background. I'm going to make a backing track for this. Oh. I messed up. I don't have this recorded. Let me show you what I'm doing here. Actually, I'll show you what I'm making. Here's my Reaper session. I'm basically using this as a what do you call it, like a mixer type of a thing. I've got. Oh God, that's not at all what I thought it was. Back to Reaper. Okay, anyway, I have a mixing board plugged in, and I'm treating it sort of like a crappy PA, and I basically just have stereo output of Mercury7 going into 2 channels, and I have stereo output of Volante going into 2 channels. I have both the Minimoog and the Mellotron plugged into the Volante, which is kind of funny. Using this as a mixer is kind of a silly thing, but it works, and it reduces the number of channels I have. And I like to make my live setup require less channels and not rely on me having a mixer. I think that's like just super important when you're playing small bar venues. Just don't expect anyone to ever have a good PA system, even if you know that they do. I actually know the PA system at the venue I'm playing at tonight pretty well, and it could handle more than this, but I am not going to rely on that because, you know, they could have had a band last night that spilled beer on it. I just don't trust any PA systems in public places, and you shouldn't either. Basically, assume that you are going to sound exactly like you do in rehearsal and bring the gear you use in rehearsal. That's my general outlook. If you are relying on the PA system, which I am, I don't plan on hauling speakers around. Then use something like headphones to emulate that. And I'm using a crappy mixer. I'm intentionally using just a terrible mixer instead of my nice one, so I can have the real band last night spilled beer on the PA experience. Anyway, so in here I've got the mixer plugged into my digital 3, digital 4. So if I arm that to record, I should be able to hear that. That's just the output of the Strymon Volante. Just using the reverb on it right now. This is without the reverb. And with, and I'm just going to do a quick loop, and I'll have it on in the background. It'll be fun. Okay, cool. So now we've got background music for me talking. I think that's nice and cozy. But for tonight's show, I'm thinking I'm going to use simple like tape loops like that. Obviously, this is not real tape. It's a digital emulation of a tape looper. I love working with tapes, but I don't really trust them live too much, especially if I don't have like good cases for them. Same idea with a digital Mellotron. It's like something about relying on a little piece of tape to stay intact and function properly is not something that I'm comfortable with without having like a road crew. Obviously, I use some stuff that seems to disagree with that, and every human is basically a walking set of contradictions. So be it. Anyway, my setup for tonight is going to be my usual Mellotron and Moog. Let me actually switch back so you can, see me talking about this stuff. What if we do? I guess you can sort of see it better here. So, Strymon Volante, Maris Mercury7, Black Corporation Deckard's Dream, Minimoog Model D, Mellotron M4000. And it's a pretty boiled down hardware setup. Like it's a lot of hardware setups are more complicated than this. As far as having like a synth that's doing each thing, I don't like going too much more complicated than this. I've done stuff like that before, bringing like a Hammond organ, stuff like that. It's fun, but it's just a lot to carry around. This is already a lot to carry around. I usually do less than this, but I've been really excited about the Deckard stream, so I'm going to bring it and try it out. And basically, it's just going to be pads. It's going to be leads. Let me show you what the Deckard stream sounds like. Yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful sounding synth. I am still learning it, so I figured I'd spend some time with it in front of people, because I always get nervous and twiddle with the controls a bit. Amavasia666 is asking Dungeon Synth concert performance, and my answer to that is sort of yes and no. It's not going to be on my channel, unfortunately. You know what? I hadn't thought about this. I might look into streaming it, but I don't have a way of streaming it with good sound quality. I'm playing at a local bar tonight. We started having live music in person again in San Diego, and one of my friends is having a birthday concert. His band is playing, and he really liked Under the Forgotten Village, one of the Dungeon Synth EPs that I did, and wanted me to open for the show. So it's going to be like the sort of classic Dungeon Synth as an introduction to heavy music. And in this case, it's going to be a live version of that. So I'm going to set up my setup and play some Dungeon Synth and some sort of space synth music. I'm going to do some wild stuff on the Minimoog, but just do a half-hour set, and I will take my stuff down, and then there will be, you know, heavy metal and stuff like that. So it's going to be fun. But unfortunately, it's not going to be online as far as I know. And I'm basically going to prep for it. I was thinking I would maybe do a half-hour set for the viewers of the live stream, just as a practice run, so you can get sort of a feel of what kind of stuff I'm going to do for it. Because I feel like I'm leaving everyone out. YouTube has been here for me when live music has not. And Colin, I did see that you got a Korg M1. If you don't have to answer this question, how much did you pay for it? I'm curious. They seem like they go for wildly different prices, and sometimes they go for prices that seem like a great deal, and sometimes they go for prices that seem outrageous. And I wonder what kind of a deal you got. Obviously, feel free to DM me about it if you don't want to post that in chat. And oh yeah, that's a pretty good price. $295. Nice. Yeah, those are really cool. I don't think you'll be disappointed at all. I think the M1's one of the PCM synths that Korg did, like the 90s like ones. They sound like I think it might be the same sound chip that was in the Sony PlayStation or something. So it's really good for, you know, trying to recreate stuff like anything from like Crash Bandicoot to Silent Hill. And yeah, that era of any PCM synth really is going to be able to do a lot of good old school DS sounds, which is really fucking awesome. And Amavasya says, I wish I could be there. I wish you could be there too. I wish, one of the things, like if I'm able to start making a little bit more money off of the sort of YouTube side hustle, and obviously my channel isn't monetized at this point. It doesn't have enough subscribers, but I do get some work through it. People will see my stuff and be like, oh, do you want to, you know, can you mix or master this stuff? So I am actually getting some financial benefit from the channel overall. And if it gets to the point where it's like really helping support me, I will invest in like some type of a live recorder and a camera I can bring to shows, so that I can have my in-person concerts be streamed on the YouTube channel, so people online can watch them, because I think that would be really cool. I know I would appreciate it if someone I was following made a point of making that happen, but at this point it's not. I don't have like a good way of doing that in high quality. If people wouldn't mind like the horrible audio quality of like a phone camera, I would be comfortable doing that, I think. Just getting a phone tripod for now and just pointing it at the stage and hoping that it doesn't sound like complete dog shit. It probably will, but if anyone feels like that would be better than just being left out of it completely, let me know and I'll see if I can set that up. Maybe I'll have a friend film it and give them access to my channel or something like that. Moderator abilities. Anyway, Colin, send me some stuff that you make with it. I want to hear some of it. Maybe even we could collaborate on like a sample library with it. I would love to have some samples from an M1. I don't really want to buy one. I don't really want too many more actual physical keyboards, but I wouldn't mind having some of the sounds, and I like using samples of that stuff more than plugins. So let's talk, I guess. Anyway, what am I doing here? I have a mixing board, crappy, just total piece of shit Behringer mixing board, 8-channel thing. 4 of the channels seem to work pretty well. And everything's plugged in, everything's going flat. I'm doing all of my EQ and stuff from the filters on the synths. And I'm gonna try playing a little bit. I want to see if I can get a feel for making this loop thing a little bit louder. I think the answer might be actually just turning up the input gain of the loop part and turning down the Minimoog, because the Minimoog's a lot louder of an output signal than the Mellotron. The Mellotron has like a loud output signal, but it's XLR, and I don't have a converter to go XLR into a guitar pedal. So right now I'm using the low gain output, like the guitar level output, which I appreciate that the Mellotron has, but I don't want to be using that actually. I'd rather use the XLR. Okay. I want to do some experiments, and feel free to ask questions about this. I feel like there's a lot of mystique around hardware setups. I had to do a lot of trial and error, guess and check, and just bothering people locally that do hardware synth stuff to see what they use, and just bombarding people with questions. So a lot of people that are into this stuff are happy to info dump about it. So if you can find like a local event, that's a good way of learning. And I don't know how open those types of events are in different parts of the world because of the COVID pandemic, but happy to answer whatever questions I can, and even move cameras around so you can see close-ups. Anyway, I'm going to end this loop and see if I can make a new one that's like appropriate volume. So okay, already that feels a little bit better. The next question is, does it sound good with the synth? I need to make sure this is blended, and essentially I'll have to test this stuff at the beginning of like when I'm setting up for the show. So I'm just going to try playing this bass notes, just A and F, and this should join the loop. I fucking missed it. Really off time. And that delay, I should probably get tempo synced also, right? That sounds good though. Anyway, the Deckard stream is not part of the loop setup, so it won't join in. As long as I turn the volume off on the Mellotron. I'm using the Mellotron keybed to control Deckard stream. And let me, oh gosh, that's the wrong one. That's a temporary scene from something. I must have reused that camera and done something fucked up with it. There, that'll probably be good. So the Deckard stream has Aftertouch is essentially replacing the mod wheel. So everything you see me do on a Minimoog with a mod wheel, where I'm adding vibrato, on the Deckard stream is squeezing the key down harder. And every key has its own aftertouch. And it just gets magical really fast. So something I'm noticing is that it's hard to follow rhythmically. No, that's the wrong one. That's the right one always. And I'm thinking that maybe I should have some type of a percussion sound to start out with, so it's easier for me to follow. I feel like Mellotron has some percussion samples in it. I guess I just need to memorize where they are. Yeah, okay. That the transient on that the gong is actually pretty good. Just like a bunch of. What is going on here? I'm gonna use a tap tempo. Lewis says need 808s. I'm not bringing a drum machine. I keep buying drum machines and selling them. I hate them. I like samplers for that. Part of me wants to get a Digitact sampler. Those are really good, but I think that's the thing. If I start doing shows that have drums, like live electronic shows with drums, I think that's the thing that'll lead me to finally bringing a laptop. Or maybe like an iPad. That could be kind of cool. There's a sound design app I've been wanting on an iPad, and it's a $20 app, but it's only on iPad. Like literally, you need an Apple iPad for it. It doesn't exist on Android. It doesn't exist on computers, and that means that if that's the only reason I'm buying an iPad, that $20 app becomes like a huge investment because I have to buy the piece of hardware to run it, and having another thing to use an iPad for, like I'm sure there's probably a good sampler app that might make it worth it. I guess I could use GarageBand, but I don't want to use GarageBand. I want to use just a simple digital sampler. I guess I could just run backing tracks. Like just pressing play on like an MP3 that I make. That sounds horrible. There's a drum. Something like that might work. I'm going to give it a shot and see if I can do this. iPad to play Dwarf Fortress when you're not on your computer. You know what's good on an iPad actually is the remakes of Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, Icewind Dale, Pillars of Eternity, all those isometric RPGs, the old ones and like the sort of retro throwback type games are excellent iPad games. They work really well on a touchscreen. Lewis says PC and a mobile rack, mobile audio workstation. Yeah, that would be probably the move. But again, I just don't like drum beats enough to build that. I think that it's the kind of thing where I do have an album I'm working on that has like a lot of like drum sampling type sounds, and if I want to perform that live, it might become appropriate. But I'd rather just get a live drummer and have a kit with pads, like sample pads, and have like a hybrid acoustic and electric drum set for that, and just have one of my friends play on stage with me. I like having a drummer more than playing along with the drum machine. Okay, so here we go. Let's try this. I'm gonna try making a drum beat. I messed that up. Okay, maybe that'll work. feel like Velostrad does this. Maybe. It's kind of noisy. I think it might work though. Maybe with less gong. Some choir maybe, Pat. Okay, maybe that works. Yeah, bandmates is better than more gear. I actually really like having like a posse of friends that like bring gear to the show and like just have like a 3-piece band that's like have someone that's like running sound, have one that's like selling merch, have someone that's like hyping people up and like bringing like a enormous amount of gear. And everyone helps set it up and you just have this like army of stuff. I think it's fun. Hey Leviathan, the show tonight is not going to be online. It's going to be in person in San Diego. But if enough people like ask me to, I might just see if I can like run to the store and get like a little phone tripod and have it in bad sound quality live stream of it. I usually like avoiding that, but if people would rather see like, you know, just a phone video of the show than nothing at all, I might be down to make that happen. But in this case, I'm sort of doing this stream because I feel bad that the show is not being live streamed as far as I know. And I wanted to give YouTube something. And here it is. I've got this weird backing track that I've made. And kind of want to see what it feels like to play along with this. This feels good. I think it's good. How does it, I feel like you're probably hearing roughly the same thing. I can do that too, that's kind of fun. You're probably hearing roughly the same thing as me, but I guess from the perspective of someone who isn't playing, I would love to hear if anyone in the chat has an opinion about the way the sounds are blending. I have it set to sort of sound like I'm doing like a warped tape recording. This is basically like a digital simulation of a really fancy tape recorder, I guess is a good way of describing it. So I wonder if it sounds like it's too warped, or if it's just right, or if the one of the synths or sounds is really overpowering, or I should use different ones. Oh wait. I should probably experiment with some of these settings. There's settings for like quality. I guess there's like a recording quality version. Leviathan sounds great. Okay, that's good to hear. Good to know. I think that what I'll probably do as part of my prep for the show tonight is to rewatch the stream, and I'll just bounce around in my stream recap and see what it sounds like from the perspective of like, oh god, like when you're actually playing an instrument. I feel like sometimes there's this element of like you're having fun, so you don't catch certain things about the way it sounds, and when you like have that like objective perspective of it, it's like something I said in my video that I posted this morning, is if you like drinking or using like any other types of substances as part of your like music practice, I don't know, I meet people that like to use all kinds of weird combinations of drugs. And like if you're getting stoned or if you're getting drunk and you're going to play a show, my recommendation is to do that during practice and film practice. And I think it's just like it seems really obvious to me, but like yeah, like you don't sound better when you're drunk. You're just more confident, and sometimes being more confident leads to sounding better. There's usually other ways to that confidence than using any type of a substance, but I think that it's really important to say, like, if you're doing it because you have fun, like drinking at your shows, and I do that too sometimes, but it's like, I think that recognizing that like this is what's actually happening, because aside from the fact that you're having fun, the audience is also perceiving you having fun, and if they're perceiving you having fun at their expense, they might leave the room or not come to the next show. So it's good to know what's happening. I think that it's a piece of advice that I don't even know where that came from. I feel like I might have that might just be autobiographical. I definitely have done a couple of shows that were pretty drunk, and I don't do that very much anymore because it's not improving the experience for me or for anyone else. It's just like more of a sense of like if someone hands you a shot or a drink, you're like, oh yeah, I'm at a party. And it's like I try to treat shows more like I'm at a performer, like a working performer, where it's like my goal there is to make everyone else have fun, and it's for me just as much as it is for them. But I like to make sure that I'm providing an experience that everyone gets to enjoy. Gosh, this loop is fun. I like it. I feel like I should add more stuff to it, but I think that I might, instead of adding more stuff to it, try making another loop and see what happens. That's gone forever. So, what could the loop be? Let's see. Something like that. I'll just do another dungeon synthy sounding kind of a thing. I didn't like that one. I don't want this echo on, I think. I'm going to try one of the other modes too. I'm going to try the higher quality setting. And higher record level. We'll see if that sounds better or not. I guess I wanted a B flat. Try again. I didn't think about where my hand would be. These are designed for your feet. I could actually plug in an expression pedal to that, but I am not going to bring an extra thing to the show. Just extra shit to haul around. This will be cool. A little off time. Might as well throw the gong in. That wasn't the gong, that was the clavichord. Might as well leave it. Okay, here we go. See what it feels like. That drum ruined all of it. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna open the manual, see if there's a back button. Okay. Loop mode, where are you? Presets, wow. Huh. Wow. Is there just nothing about the loop mode? How did I find that? It's gotta be in here somewhere, right? Under the tap button, right? Oh, sound outside loop. Okay, cool. Oh, there's a label. I think it's just designed to be like an actual tape loop, so you're kind of screwed if you don't do it. Hey, Sean. Yeah, this is a really horrifyingly expensive rig. I just been, buy, cheap stuff all the time, and I just end up selling it because I don't like it, and I end up with expensive stuff. I've been thinking about selling this, not because I want to, but because people are paying like unreasonable prices for them. I was thinking I'd just list it for $12,000, and if someone buys it for that, like, good for fucking them, whatever. Like, cool, you're rich and you just paid for like the rest of the gear I've ever wanted, and I'll buy like a Moog Grandmother. I'd honestly be almost as happy with that. I've owned both, and it's an incredible synth. And the fact that Moog Grandmothers go used for $800 and these things go for like stupid amounts of money is like, it's not fair, because these should be in the hands of musicians, not collectors. But yeah, this rig is worth a lot more than it was when I bought it. Put it that way. Every single piece of gear on this is I paid quite a bit less than what I see them listed for. But it was still very expensive. I'm not gonna pretend that it's not. But yeah, these are basically my favorite synth and my favorite sampler. So over the last, horrifying amount of years that I've been a musician, I've started recognizing that it's worth buying stuff that I actually want when I can when I have extra money, because I'll end up spending it on going out for coffee and avocado toast otherwise, because I'm a millennial, 30 fucking millennial. And if I've got an extra $2,000 in my bank account like 1 year, you know what? I'm gonna buy myself something nice, and I've been doing that for the last like 5 or 6 years, and now I have the synths that I actually want. So I'm very happy with that, and I'm happy to bring them to shows and get them dinged up and stuff, because you know what? I hate that these things just collect dust in some people's studios. Anyway, at this point I've listened to that loop enough times that I've sort of normalized the crappy drum loop, and I am going to just tolerate it. So we're adding bass next. Oh god, out of time. Maybe I'll layer it. A little bit more like dungeon synth. Oops, I just didn't turn off my stupid thing. Sean Boa says, I agree with you there. I quit smoking almost 3 years ago. The goal when I quit was to save money to buy a Make Noise modular, which you now own. Awesome. Which Make Noise did you get? I've been wanting one of those. That's like one of the Make Noise shared systems, or tape and micro sound systems, is like a thing that I want, that is like, I actually don't have a use for it right now at all. Like it wouldn't go in anything that I'm working on, or any projects that are the kind of things that I get to do. And it would be kind of like buying a really expensive toy for me. Like I use all this stuff for like paid production work, and I've never really owned a modular, or been like a modular person. So people don't think of me when they think of that type of stuff. And as a result, it would just be a toy for a few years before like people, got wind of the fact that like, oh, Francis can do modular stuff if you want like that kind of sound design. But it's still very tempting. I've been also kind of wanting to just build my own modular, or just get like a Make Noise easel. I think would be kind of fun, like a Strega and a whatever other thing. Oh my god, you got the shared system? Fuck. That's awesome. I'm envious, and I'm excited for you. Do you post stuff on YouTube? I don't recognize your username. I'm gonna look you up and see if you've got stuff on videos. Are you gonna post videos of your shared system on YouTube? Because I'm gonna follow you if you do. Anyway. I think that you can't post links in chat, but if you have a place where, like Instagram or YouTube, where you post stuff that you do with that, I would love to see it. Hey, what's up, Limitic Villains? Good to see you in here. Oh shoot, I haven't been keeping track of time. Okay, it hasn't even been an hour yet. I've got some stuff to do after this, before my show. But yeah, the other thing that you said, Sean, or Sean Boa, I'll refer to you by your full name. And buy nice, not twice. Yeah. I also say buy used and good quality. So instead of buying the cheapest used thing, try to buy something that's used and in really good condition, because you'll get a better price on it, and it's easier to resell for closer to the price you bought it for. It's like when you buy a car, you buy a new car, and you like spend twice as much as you do on the same car used. Like one of my friends bought a used car with like 80 miles on it, like less than 100 miles on it, and like saved thousands of dollars. It's insane how much the value depreciates on something just for the fact that it has a used tag on it. See you later, Lewis. And Lamentic Villains, I should get into circuit bending. Yeah, I should get into a lot of stuff. I still do need to spend, I would love to, you know, have enough popular music or royalty streams to be able to move away from focusing a great deal of my energy on stuff that pays me. But I think that circuit bending is a thing that I probably would get into if I had more time to myself and didn't have to worry about like making sure that I was making money. Lamentic Villains, the Bad Gear channel, yeah, the guy that does that posts in one of the synth groups I'm on Facebook, and I started following Bad Gear. It's so funny. A lot of the shit that he posts is really cool, and a lot of the stuff that makes Bad Gear is the UI. Like, you know, Strymon pedals are basically just plugins with the same quality componentry as like a Moog synthesizer, which is like, it makes a huge difference just having big controls and buttons and switches for everything and not having to hold down like for secondary like shift functions and shit. That's why I got Deckard Stream instead of like a Prophet or a Peak or something like that. I was thinking about getting a Peak. It's a third of the price and it does a lot of the same functionality, but Deckard's Dream has the essentially switches and sliders for the things that I actually want to be using. Colin, I'm gonna allow your comment. You said the word shit, and I have a filter on for bad words, and I don't know if there's a way of deciding what words are bad words, but shit isn't a curse word. It hasn't been for years, and I don't know why some people still consider it to be. Colin, circuit bending, I don't have a great understanding of it, but it's essentially modifying circuits. You know, buy cheap gear, open it up, see what kind of functionality you can squeeze out of it. And I'm just going out the chat. I missed some stuff. Sean said I'm working on it. There's one track on there, I think, which I used the system for. The other video with random noise. And Sean, to be clear, is that on? Should I search your screen name on YouTube or on Instagram or somewhere else? I'll dig you up. I don't know why you can't actually like click on people's names in the chat. I would love to be able to just click on people and see what they've got, but I'm gonna look you up on my phone. YouTube. See my like suggestions. It's like, hey, you like Genshin Impact, don't you? Yes, I do. I was up till 3 playing that game last night instead of practicing for my show. That's another thing. If people on this channel want to watch me play video games, I would be comfortable doing that on my streams, but I figure most people are here for the music and don't want to see like the stupid see me like farming cabbages on a video game. I actually can't click on. I think it's because I'm in this creator studio that I can't actually click on profile pictures and stuff. Sean Boa YouTube. There's 2 Sean Boas. Do you have? Is your profile picture Gojira? It is. It's this one. Okay. Cool. Oh, nice. Okay. Make noise shared system. Cool. I'm gonna subscribe to you. I'll check out what you got. Colin, I should game with Eidolon. That's a good idea, actually. That would be kind of a fun thing. I was doing some gaming on the Dungeon Siege Twitch that one time, and that was really fun. I was playing Salt and Sanctuary, sort of like dungeon-y themed games. I just feel like it would start clogging up my YouTube channel, but at the same time, like maybe it would be fun to do like once a week gaming, like just because I love playing a lot of stuff that sort of fits into the kind of music that I like making, dark fantasy RPGs, stuff like that, Baldur's Gate. I also play games like I like a lot of not dark games at all, Katamari, Genshin Impact, stuff like that. And what do we have? I'm just like shitting myself at lamenting villains and stuff. Oh, and Colin's like taking the engineer approach, like taking literally the idea of circuit bending. Like, no, it's like it doesn't actually mean that. We're not talking about like actually bending a wire. It's like really funny. Pour water over the Moog, see what it sounds like. Drop a Tamagotchi into a puddle. Thing sounded mental. And Maga Prime was the track. Okay, that's I'll look that up on your channel after the stream. Wish you still had the Tamagotchi to sample. Yeah, my pitch wheel on my Moog is actually messed up right now. So I won't be doing any weird like prog rock leads tonight at my show. A guy came by to try to repair it, and we're gonna have to order a new component. Like the pot's kind of messed up. But yeah, no pitch bendy stuff on the Moog for now. And yeah, Lamenting Villain, that's why I brought it up, is we were saying like we better sample this before we fix it, because it sounds cool. It's just not really what we want. Yeah, not ideal. And like I've mentioned before, the looper system in this is designed to just be like a tape recorder loop, where it will just soak everything up, and it's not like a loop pedal. So that's just gonna happen every iteration of the loop now. And we're gonna have to love it and enjoy it and just ignore it, pretend like it's not there. Make a new loop. The loop's broken, fuck it. Very haunted stream. It's a cursed stream. The cursed stream of June 26th. And squeaky balloons, yeah. You know what else we can do is like let me see here. I'll change the camera angle so you can see what's going on. Fucking thing. Imagine I accidentally fix it right now. It just suddenly starts working. That would be embarrassing. Anyway, what I'm gonna do here is if I turn the feedback off on these, instead of using a looper, use this like a old school tape machine. Like I think the Prophet song by Queen is a good example of this. Or you can do like a yeah. You gotta have to get a feel for the rhythm. And kind of like become metronomic with it. But that's sort of a good alternative to like a looper. Just using a delay pedal that has a really, really long delay setting like that. I actually enjoy doing that more. It feels a little bit more limited, kind of like I guess in a weird way, it reminds me of using like a sequencer, like an 8-step sequencer or something like that, where you're basically stuck with something like something like that on loop, and you just how creative can you be within the confines of whatever limitation you've got, and people get more creative when they have limitations. I recommend, like, if you're writing music and you get stuck, like, just be like, well, what if I could only write music using my phone and like the editor on TikTok. I tried recording something using only the TikTok editor and like chopping up videos, and I was just like, holy shit, why did I give myself this challenge? But I'm like, I get fixated on the challenge and I have to do it and I have to figure it out. And I had fun with it. Like, I just made like the melody from the Overworld and Mario, and I did it very badly, but it was fun to try and make something with an extreme limitation like that. Yeah, some BBC circa 1973, Doctor Who minis theme about, yeah, Clockwork Orange-ish. Yeah, it's very like sort of like earlier Wendy Carlos type stuff where you end up with music that's very limited by the hardware. And like, I mean, there's a reason that like as soon as samplers and stuff like that were becoming more popularized, she was like, get the fuck away from these Moogs. And she's associated with Moogs, but sort of like was trying to make stuff that sounded more like live instruments. And she was very important, I think, to the advancements of stuff like additive synthesis as well. I don't know enough about her to like, I guess, teach the history lesson on it, but yeah, I think that the association of like, you know, Wendy Carlos playing Bach on a Moog modular is like the end of it is like, you know, just wildly what's the word, ignorant, I guess. Like, she's so important to like other types of synthesis as well. But yeah, I'm very into the idea of making something on this real quick. I kind of want to like go hard with this that thing again. So it's 3 repeats that are really far apart. Because like with that, I think that would be really cool with like a pad. little bit of a rub in there, right? And yeah, Blade Runner is just like. I associate those sounds more with Blade Runner. The pitch wheel kind of works when you go down with it. Lamentic says, what have you got at home to play your fuzzy warbles on? Come one and all, hear the devil's trumpets and angels' trombones. I don't understand the question. Is that a reference to something? I actually have no idea what you're saying. I'm going to play some more. Oh, it's a Clockwork Orange clip. Okay, this is I'm gonna make people angry at me. I got bored. I tried watching Clockwork Orange a couple of times and got bored and couldn't get through the movie. It's like I didn't enjoy it. I've tried watching it 2 or 3 times and I've never watched the whole thing. I don't know. It's like it's really just not. I guess not my cup of tea. I don't know how else to describe it. I couldn't even tell you what I don't like about it off the top of my head. I just remember like watching it and like wanting something that was like wanting different things to be happening on the screen, I guess. Soundtrack's fantastic. Some of the visual aesthetics are really cool, but yeah, as a film, I've never actually been able to sit through the whole thing. So anyway, cue the hate. I'm not popular enough to get hatred over something like that on a high level. Unsubscribed, yeah. Exactly, yeah. As long as like I need at least one hater, come on. Makes me know I'm doing something right. Anyway, geez, that's sounding really good. That's fun to play with. I could do a whole show of that type of sound, I think. I want to do a sort of a combination of the stuff I was doing at the beginning of the stream and stuff more like that. And I also need to find a spot. There was something I did I do in my rehearsals a lot that I think ends up being cool, where you just take the synth to hell. And I'll show you what I'm talking about there, I guess. Let's explore that. Stuff like that. I'm gonna mess around with that some more. Let me change to the other angle too. On a tricks, on one no tricks point never early stuff. I don't know that name. One note tricks, whatever that is. I don't recognize that name. And Sean saying that's nice, compact Tangerine Dream Berlin School setup. Yeah. It's so fun to improvise on the setup. The only thing that I missed that I used to have, I had just a little Korg SQ1, and having something to sequence the analog synth with, where it's just like you just get the really fun, delightful sequences, was really cool. I used my my DAW to do that, so I mean, I guess I could just show you, maybe. Yeah, I guess I could show you what I'm talking about. I just don't have a hardware one to bring to shows, and I'm not going to bring a computer just to sequence. But anyway, yeah, if you use something like Reaper and you don't have a sequencer, you can actually, let me show you what's going on here. Just throw something like this on. This is just the sequencer in Reaper, and just be like, bum, 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 bum. I don't know. Bum, 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 boom, boom. Bum, bum, boom, boom, something like that. And what is it? Send to MIDI output. This will probably just work, actually. Yeah. And now I just got like a sequencer going. But yeah, it's like if you... I'm not going to bring a computer to a show just for that. So I feel like I should just buy like an SQ1 again. I hate the form factor of it though. Part of me wants to just like buy like a giant like lamp sequencer and just have a rack mount next to it with like the lights going off. I feel like that would look really cool. You know, one of these days, eventually I'll do that probably. But for now, I'll probably get like I've been eyeing like a what's it called? A dope for dark time. If one of those turns up for like under $400, I'll probably snap it up. They're just kind of expensive for what they are. Excuse me. And I've never tried one, so I don't actually know if I'll like it. I'm always worried about buying gear that I've never actually had hands-on experience with. I've also seen someone had like a rack with 2 SQ1s on top of a Minimoog before, and I thought that was cool. But you need either like some type of a converter or to just use MIDI, and then the SQ1 has all these ins and outs that are not like compatible with the Moog ins and outs, and it's just like, why am I bothering with this? It's literally just a MIDI controller. And at that point, it's like a key step is probably a better sequencer, but I'm less inspired by keyboard sequencers, like the one in the Grandmother, for example. I would rather have like a knob for each step. Ooh, you know what I should get is a make noise, no control or zero control, whatever it's called. You know what? That would probably be really cool. Actually, Sean, if you're still in the chat, have you experimented with us? Because you've got the Make Noise system. I've never actually spent time with a Make Noise No Control, but it seems like it might be like the right sequencer for my setup, because I don't really want the sequencer to be like snapping to a key or anything like that. Like I could get a quantized sequencer sometime if I want that, but I think part of the appeal of having an analog hardware sequencer is that you don't have to snap to the keyboard, in my opinion, because I make most of my music in a DAW, so it's like I can, do what I just showed you. I just draw the notes in MIDI, and then those notes happen. I can do like, oh, that's the wrong one. What the hell is this scene supposed to be? This is the one I wanted. I could do stuff like this. And, I'm like allowed to do this. And this is like, feels like it should be illegal. But, like, why would you buy an SQ1 when you have, or a quantized sequencer when you have a MIDI editor? This is my Minimoog we're hearing, like in real time, and my computer's even running the stream, and I don't even have that great of a computer. It's like that resource efficient. This is the last thing I have time for on my stream. Like, just go in and be like, I guess I should probably just do something like this. Yeah, something that's fine. And I'll just loop this. I shorten the notes so the attack triggers each time. You can just do that, you know what I mean? Like, and play along with it. that's what I like. That's what I do when I have access to whatever notes I want in quantized sequences. Okay, Atlantic Valence, you'll tweet me one of the tracks later. Sweet, I'll look forward to hearing that. If you can remember to, bump it tomorrow because I'm really busy for the rest of the day before the show tonight. So I'm going to be basically like, there's a chance that I have, only the tweet from you like tonight when I get home at like 1 a.m. And there's a chance that there's like 1,000 of them. I never know. Like sometimes I'll do like a live stream and get off the live stream and there's like 50 text messages. And it's like, well, why wasn't I popular last week when I was actually lonely? Like, no, I don't want to talk to any of you. Let's see. Weird question. Very nerdy, but do different power voltages change analog synths? I actually don't know. I've never been to the UK, so I've never experienced those different looking wall sockets. I imagine that the different sockets sort of sort it out for you, and you end up with the equipment sort of designed to tolerate the different voltages in the, whatever these things are called, like the little boxes with the light on them that plugs into the wall, because those are the ones where you modify for the different types of power. So I assume that just sorts it out for you, but I'm not sure. It's a good question. Sean says, not the no control, but I have pressure points and brains in my system, which are like a 4-step no control. Okay. I've looked at those too and thought about maybe I should just make a little skiff and have like a modular system to handle stuff like sequences and utility. I wouldn't mind. I kind of wish the Strymon, the Volante and the Mercury7 were like rack mount things, like so that they were like pointing at me and a little modular system here. But I didn't feel like building a case, and these are the ones that I ended up liking. Sean's saying it can be tricky to get your sequence exactly in tune, but there's better tools for the job if that's your goal, mostly for sequencing timbral parameters. So that's actually a thing like I kind of would want to be able to do that for also. Yeah, I feel like I just need multiple sequencers at the end of the day. But 99% of the time, I'm going to be sequencing in MIDI just because I can choose the notes and I don't have to record a short take and then record another one, chop it up like it's tape. I can just write the whole song out and then record it and just print like someone else is playing it on a keyboard. And yeah, transformer, that's the word. Voltage in disguise. Anyway, thanks so much for coming into the stream, everyone. I've got to wrap it up at this point and maybe do one more dry run for the show. Supposed to play board games with my friends, moving to Wisconsin, of all places. I guess you got a good job out there, so I understand. But anyway, we're doing like one last board game night, and then after that, packing the gear, heading to the concert, and hoping that I sound like Tangerine Dream and not like Tangerine Dream, but looking like that SpongeBob meme where SpongeBob looks all messed up. Livia Tan says, thanks for the stream. Have fun tonight. I will. I'll do my best to have fun. Thanks for coming in. Lamentic says, have a good one. Thanks for coming by, as always. And I'm sorry you missed the stream where I actually took your idea, and I think I credited Colin for it. I thought that it was his idea for some reason, and I will correct that mistake next time. I'll try to like take notes and say like who wrote it. Yeah, I should smash some guitars. Fuck guitar, it's a terrible instrument. I've actually I'm a guitar player originally. Like that was my first main like I'm getting into music instrument, and jeez, I was playing yesterday and I don't have calluses anymore. I've been using these too much. They're too fun. So I've been making a habit of playing for 10 minutes every day to just get the calluses back, and then I can start recording guitar again. Anyway, yep, that's all. I think I got all the comments to respond to them, and yeah. Excited for Deckard Dream, excited to check out Sean's make noise system, and excited to check out the tweet that Limited Villains is going to tweet at me, so I can hear that whatever the music that you were referencing was. But anyway, enough of that. I'm going to get to work and get the rest of my day done. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Have a great evening or morning or afternoon, whatever time of day it is.